Hello everyone, welcome to Judicial Service Exam Coaching. Today we have with us Ms. Puja Sarmah. She not only cracked this exam in her very first attempt, she secured first rank in Assam Judicial Service Grade III 2021. So welcome Puja, and once again heartiest congratulations on your fabulous results. So lots of questions আহিছে আপোনাৰ কাৰণে আমাৰ future aspirantৰ পৰা. They wants to know your study techniques, your preparation strategy, your interview experience, your answer writing, how you write your answers, how you prepare your notes. Okay, so before that I want to say something about Puja. So today, only because of her hard work and dedications, her result is in front of you, and she scored so well, 48 out of 50 in her interview. So I like her confidence level. She's a very confident girl. She's very smart, and I remember some moment. So during the preparation, sometimes she asked me some very tricky questions. So তেনেকুৱা question answer দিবলৈ আমি instantly দিব নোৱাৰো, বা যিবিলাক আমি regular textbook পঢ়ো সেইবিলাকৰ পৰা answer দিবলৈ অকমান প্ৰব্লেম হয়। সো বহুত আমি বেলেগ বুক চাবলগীয়া হয়, কেতিয়াবা সুপ্ৰিম কোৰ্টৰ ৰুলিং চাবলগীয়া হয়। সো তেওঁৰ লেভেল অফ যিটো প্ৰিপাৰেশ্যন আছিলে, তো তেওঁৰ কুৱেশ্যনৰ পৰা মই সেইটো আইডিয়া কৰিব পাৰিছিলোঁ যে তেওঁ কেনেকৈ প্ৰিপাৰেশ্যনটো তেওঁ কৰি আছে। ইচ এণ্ড এভৰি ছাবজেক্ট তেওঁ ডিপলি পঢ়িছিলে, থৰলি পঢ়িছিলে, আৰু এনেকুৱা মোৰ লাগিছিলে যে যেতিয়ালৈকে তেওঁ বস্তু এটা বুজি নাপায় তেওঁ বস্তুটো এৰি নিদিয়ে। এণ্ড তেওঁ অলৱেজ ৰেগুলাৰলি সব মকছবোৰ এটেণ্ড কৰিছিল, যিমানবোৰ মক টেষ্ট লৈছিলোঁ, কেতিয়াও আননেচেচাৰিলি কোনো এক্সকিউজেছ দিয়া নাছিলে। আৰু গতিকে সেই ৰিজাল্টটো আপোনালোকে দেখিছে, আৰু মইতো ক'বলগীয়া তাত একো নাই। চ' এতিয়া আমি কুৱেশ্যনছবোৰ লওঁ। চ' ফাৰ্ষ্ট কুৱেশ্যনছ ইজ ভেৰি ইণ্টাৰেষ্টিং কুৱেশ্যনছ। চ' ডিয়াৰ পূজা মেম, Happy New Year to you. So I want to be a topper like you. So I want to know, how did you feel when you saw your name on the top of the list, and what was your family's reaction?
The moment is surreal. That moment itself is something that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. I was watching the movie Freddy when ma'am called and said ki in result to upload hoisen ki apni sabosun. And when I opened the result, I could not believe it, that it was mine. I knew it was Puja Sarmah, it was only me there, but I still couldn't believe it. So that moment is something you're going to cherish for your entire life. And here I'll tell you something, I never thought I would be the topper. I just prayed that I need my name in the list somewhere. So don't start your preparation with that thing in your mind that you have to become the topper. It's fine. Start preparing well. Just be prepared for the worst as well. But it's good to have the confidence, but as well as the humility yourself that you have to clear it first. Then dream of becoming the topper. I believe I did not have that in mind.
Next question is, Dear Puja ma'am, Happy New Year to you. And I am a fresh candidate. I am at an average level. So how much approximate time should students like me devote for this exam?
See, this whole process, if you are starting afresh, it might take 1 year entirely for the whole process with the exams. I'm taking it from the pre till the interview. So it's a 1 year journey. So since you're a fresh candidate, as you have mentioned, it's fine. Now, yeah, it's very good for you that you'll start with a VRX, and it will be an exciting journey because you'll be reading everything in a different way than what you studied in your law school. So it's fine. I cannot stipulate the time for you, but yes, I can tell you that I can't say that 8 hours or 14 hours a day you have to give to the subject. Do according to your own volition or whatever is comfortable, but do not leave studying. If today you do not want to pick up your book, study GS or something from English. So that way it will be a break, but as well as it will be a part of your preparation. So yes, you have to prepare it in that way.
Throughout your preparation journey?
Yes, definitely. A lot of mistakes I have made. The first mistake I can cite right now is that I did not prepare notes. So that became a big problem for me later because I couldn't go through anything to brush up. I used to read my barracks and have my own keynotes or Morse codes, you can say, just around that section in the barrack, but I did not have a note as such. So later on, when I set for the mock test for mains, those were the only notes I had. So that became a problem later because after your GS paper, that window you get is very less to prepare for both civil law paper and criminal law. So in that moment, if you have your notes prepared, you can brush up very quickly because all you need to know is the essentials or the ingredients of a certain section. And your own notes, you remember it more properly, because your brain will remember, have a photographic idea of how you wrote the notes or everything. So yes, yeah, that is one big mistake that I make. So prepare your notes well. Do not be lazy in doing that. That is
Yes.
one mistake I remember doing.
Next question is whether it is necessary to cite case laws in each and every answer.
That is not possible. This citing case laws, because you might not remember all the names, and because remembering the sections, the keywords and ingredients, you might slip out on those case laws. But yes, if you can remember the ratio of certain cases, even if you don't remember the name, just cite it as in one of the landmark judgments, but remember a keyword from that judgment. So that way it will be a marker for the teacher as well who is checking, that it will present you as a person who knew the case, even if you don't remember the name as well. So that way, yes, citing case laws makes the answer look good, but if you cannot remember at that moment, it's fine. Write the answer beautifully, present it neatly, that will be enough, I guess.
Yes. Next question is how did you prepare your current affairs?
Yes, current affairs, I prepared mostly from YouTube. So what I used to do is that there are certain channels like e for Assam, I am talking about the Assam current affairs. And then there was Assam competitive exam channel that I used to follow. And then there was Parcham classes. So they used to have those monthly current affairs along with like categorically national, international sports, law. So that helped. That I used to make my own one-liners from those to remember later. And the most important one was that I used to read newspaper every day. Assam Tribune, the Assam Tribune, for Assam especially. So if you now, since you're starting the journey for the 1 year, keep reading it. So you'll have a lot of current affairs from that. So if the exam, let's say if we have it on, you have it in July this year, so start reading your current affairs from July last year to 2022, or maybe from March. So those things will come into play. So 6 monthsৰ আগৰ পৰা পঢ়িলেও হৈ যায়, বা 1 year যদি 2022 পঢ়িব পাৰে আপোনাৰ হৈ যাব। আৰু হেৰি আপোনাৰ কাৰেণ্ট এফেয়াৰ্সৰ কাৰণে আপুনি ওৱান লাইনে বনাবই লাগিব, বিকজ ইংলিছৰ পেপাৰখন দি পেলাই ইউ উইল গেট 1 hour, গুড 1 hour উইণ্ড'। চ' কাৰেণ্ট এফেয়াৰ্স গোটেই ওৱান লাইনাৰখিনি যদি সন্মুখত থাকে ব্ৰাছ আপ কৰিবলৈ বহুত ভাল হয় তেতিয়া। চ' মেক ইয়ৰ অ'ন নোটছ ইন দেট ৱে।
Your answer writing preparation কেনেকৈ answer write কৰিছিলে মেইনছৰ কাৰণে প্ৰিপাৰেশ্যনটো কেনেকুৱা আছিলে জানিব বিচাৰিছে।
So when you write your answers, make sure the first thing is, the first hack is that you have to keep in your mind that you have to complete the paper. Because if you do not complete the paper, it's not that you are entirely out of the race, but clearing your mains becomes a slim chance. But and while writing your answer, I gave myself a window of 7 minutes. So I would have the stopwatch in front of me. 5 to 7 minutes is what I would give to my answer. I'll start writing. The moment it crosses 5 minutes, I'll try to conclude the answer and start doing these things while you're preparing, so that you remember that you have to give importance equally to each question. So that while if you have this practice from now on during the mains preparation, when you sit for the mains exam, it will not become difficult for you to complete the paper. So that is how I prepared the mains, and I had my own little notes with, as I said, I didn't prepare notes. You have your little notes with cases. So that should be it. That's all. And try to incorporate legal language. Read the barrack well and put the legal language there, because that is how you will stand out that as a law student is writing the answer, not some any XYZ person is writing. So use legal language, and that could come only if you read the barrack. So read the barrack as a thumb rule.
Question is I want to know your interview experience.
Yes, my interview experience was very good. The three esteemed judges, they were very polite, and they will help you break the ice first, make you comfortable, and then they'll put up questions. There will be questions where they'll push you to the edge, that to just to see whether you lose your calm or not. Just be calm, composed, and if you use certain word, make sure that you know the meaning of it, because they will pick those back or put questions in according to that word used. So I was very careful in using or choosing my words. So that helped. And be confident. If you do not know an answer, it's fine. I have not answered two or three, a couple of questions, and I said it properly, calmly, politely, that I cannot recollect right now, but I'll definitely go back and look into it. So That's how you have to handle situations inside that room.
Yes. Question is whether it's necessary to make notes for prelims.
If you, it will be helpful because when you will prepare for this journey, prepare holistically, I'll say. Not like step one mains, step one prelim, step two mains. Don't go it that way. Starting or prime mains কৰিম বুলিয়ে ভাবিব মেইনছৰ কাৰণেই পঢ়িছে বুলি ভাবিব তেতিয়া যেতিয়া মেইনছৰ কাৰণে আপুনি পঢ়িব you will mark up the sections and accordingly prelims কাৰণেও clear হৈ গৈ থাকিব বস্তুখিনি so কি বেলেগকে প্ৰিলিমছৰ কাৰণে বুলি যে হেৰি কৰিব নোটছ বনাব লাগে তে মেইনছৰ লগতে এই প্ৰিলিমছৰ এটা টেকল কৰা সিচুৱেচনটো অলপ বেলেগ হয় মানে এপ্ৰোচটো বেলেগ হয়
Question is ma'am আপোনাক ইন্টাৰভিউত মোস্টলি কোনখন পেপাৰৰ পৰা কোৱেশ্চন কৰিছিলে
More question, actually, I handled it in a way that they were going towards CRPC. I moved the direction deflected towards evidence because my evidence was strong. They didn't ask me what is your favorite subject, but I somehow deflected towards my strong pursuit, that was evidence law. So when he brought up questions from CRPC, I took a direction towards evidence, and then he started asking me questions on cross examination, leading questions, and the thing that helped me was that I used to read barracks a lot. So, and they will ask you the jurisprudence of the sections also. Ki James Stephen enake kele bhavile, etu enake kele section to likhile. And belek kyu likhibo parile. So they will ask you your insight. What do you think? Mo kudise leading question শব্দটোৰ meaning কি? Leading question to cross examination ote ami kyo diu? Muk eta cross examine kori dekhua. Compel me to answer the question. So our relevant question khuriba junto aji mur logot hoise. So they will ask you certain things and then see whether you have that smile in your face or you have your face is just something. So they are very tricky, but it's fine. They'll see how you manage the situation there.
Fact based question interviewত আপোনাক সুধিছিলে নেকি fact based question
Yes, all my questions were fact based. None of those questions were your definition to key. They won't ask you. They know that already you have cleared the means, so you have knowledge enough. Now they'll see what is the application of your knowledge. So in that process, make sure that you have a good concept of all the sections you read, because if you don't, mostly procedural laws. They ask me CRPC and evidence mostly, and IPC you should know because they will not tell you ki public nuisance own to section of asset. They'll directly quote it ki public nuisance ho aisa apni magistrate, how are you going to handle it? And then in between they might ask ki apni folks on IPC quote asset. So they might ask you in that way. So jete pohibo barracks book concepts book clear kori jabo. Jodi kiba section buji na pai, do your own legal research and do not be shy in asking.
I want to know how did you prepare for your interview?
I did not prepare as such particularly, but yes, in fact, the mirror I used to stand and see how my movements were, how I used to speak, whether my face used to get too serious while answering and do not have hand movement just like I'm using right now. I would be very calmly sitting because they are dignitaries. You cannot do certain activities in front of them like that. So, and mostly I brushed up through my procedural laws, mostly. And if you're strong in a certain subject, make sure that you are very well versed with that subject, because they might ask you this question ki apna kaun to subject strong, and be good with your asmies as well, because this immediately changes the language. They'll see whether you can pick up from there. You're in speaking in asmies mostly. They have done that with me. So yeah, I have tried speaking in both the languages before my preparation also, so that can be poised. Look at your body structure, body language, how it is. So that way, here and there the hats are.
Question: how did you prepare for paper 5 Assamese? Please suggest some important books.
I used to study from Rosana Bisitra. That was my Bible. I daily prepared from Artha Shabda, Viporit Shabda, গোটেইখিনি মই তাৰ পৰাই চাইছিলোঁ। এনেকুৱা নহয় মই ষ্টাৰ্টিঙৰ পৰাই চাইছোঁ বুলি, কিন্তু 2 months আগৰ পৰা মই ভালকে মানে মোৰ অসমীয়াটো চাইছোঁ আৰু মই লিখি চাওঁ মানে যে খালি বহি পেলাই মই মুখস্থ মৰা নাই, কাৰণ আপোনাৰ যেতিয়া মেইনছৰ কাৰণে আপুনি বহিব, you will get only 2 hours for that paper. মানে আপুনি শ্ল' হয় বস্তুটো নহ'ব আপোনাৰ যদি লিখোতে, কাৰণ আমাৰ কাৰো প্ৰেক্টিচ নাথাকে অসমীয়াত লিখাৰ। So সেইটো কাৰণে এইটো ভাল হয় যে আপুনি আগৰ পৰাই প্ৰেক্টিচ কৰোঁতে যেতিয়া বিপৰীত শব্দ এইবোৰ লিখি চাব, যেনেকৈ ভাৱ সম্প্ৰসাৰণ এইবোৰ আহে লিখিব, তেতিয়া ভাল হয়, ইজি হয় সেইটো বস্তু। আৰু 2 ঘণ্টাত পাছেই কৰিব লাগিব, বহুত ল'ৰা ছোৱালী পাছ নকৰে, মিনছ গোটেইকেইখন পেপাৰ ভাল হয়, অসমীয়াত পাছ নকৰে। চ' সেইটো এটা মানে ব্ৰেকিং পইণ্ট হৈ যায়, সেইকাৰণে অসমীয়াকো ৱেইটেজ অকণ দিব লাগিব।
ইয়েছ ডেফিনেটলি বহুতৰে মানে মাৰ্কছ ভাল আহে বাট অসমীয়াত তেওঁলোকে কোৱালিফাই নকৰে। একচুৱেলি তেনেকুৱা ষ্টুডেণ্টে মোক এইটো নামটো ক'ব মানা কৰিছে, তো তেনেকুৱা ষ্টুডেণ্টে ল' পেপাৰ্ছত বহুত ভাল মাৰ্কছ আহিছে বাট এছামিছৰ কাৰণে তেওঁ কোৱালিফাই নহ'ল সেইকাৰণে। চ'
অসমীয়াত
ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট এছামিছৰ যিবিলাকৰ বেছ একদমেই নাই আৰু
হয়
স্পেলিঙত বহুত ভুল হয় বহুতৰে,
চেকেণ্ড ভুল হয়।
সেইটো বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট।
এতিয়াৰ পৰা যদি প্ৰেক্টিচটো হয়, এতিয়াৰ পৰা যদি তেওঁ অসমীয়াটো ষ্ট্ৰং নহয়, এতিয়াৰ পৰাই অলপ অলপকৈ দিনটো যদি আধা ঘণ্টাও দিব পাৰে লিখাত, সেইটো তেতিয়া ইমান প্ৰব্লেম নহয়গে আৰু।
ৰচনা বিচিত্ৰা, ৰচনা প্ৰবাহ সেইখনো পঢ়ে বহুতে, তেনেকুৱা
হয় হয়
তাৰ বুক যিখন অসমীয়াত থাকে সেইখন চমু টকাৰ কাৰণে ভাল হয়। আই থিংক চমু টকা তাৰ পৰা বহুত আহে তেনেকুৱা। এতিয়াও ৰিচেণ্টলি ওলাইছে 2023, তো সেইখনো লৈ ল'ব পাৰে। অ'কে, লাষ্ট ওৱান কুৱেশ্যন ফ্ৰম মাই চাইড, whether my mock test help you or not?
Definitely, ma'am. Your mock test, your mock answers for mains, I'll tell you. First, I'll start with mains. Because your kuno notes nasile. Your notes, your answers were my notes. That's it. তাৰ বাহিৰে মোৰ চাগে মই যদি বনাব লাগিছিলে মই নবনালো, এণ্ড মোৰ প্ৰিলিমছৰ I had no idea about this exam. So when I set for your prelims mock test, eventually I understood where I stood or where my preparation stood. So that helped. So I was very sincere with my mocks, and I was very happy when I failed miserably in my first mains mock test that I gave. I still remember it was untidy and it was written very badly. So I was very happy when it went bad. Now I felt like, okay, these are the points, and you gave such a good feedback. I knew that, okay, these are the points I need to really polish myself, because our preparation to pre kind of bahut থাকে কেনেকে পঢ়িব লাগিব, MCQ solve কৰিব লাগিব, মেইনছৰ কাৰণে সেই উইণ্ডোটো বহুত সৰু হয়, just 40 days. So you have to prepare from the beginning. আৰু মোক সেই আপোনাৰ আনচাৰ্ছবোৰৰ কাৰণেই মই বহুতখিনি হেল্পফুল, কাৰণ মোৰ এক্সামত বহুতখিনি কমন হৈ গ'ল। So immediately I could write it fast, and I completed all the papers. No matter what, পিছলে অলপ অলপ সৰু সৰু লিখিব লগা হৈছিলে, but somehow I made sure that I complete the papers. So your mock test that will help.
একচুৱেলি ৰাইটিং প্ৰেক্টিচটো লাগে, আগৰ পৰা এটা প্ৰিপাৰেশ্যন এটা প্লেন লাগে। মানে এক্সাম হলত বহি পেলাই পটককৈ লিখিবলৈ অকণমান হ'লেও প্ৰব্লেম হয়। চ' প্ৰেক্টিচটো ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট, এভৰি ফিল্ডতে প্ৰেক্টিচটো লাগে। চ' প্ৰেক্টিচটো ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট। আৰু ময়ো সেইটো দেখিছিলোঁ পূজাৰ মানে ফাৰ্ষ্ট মক টেষ্টৰ আনচাৰ শ্বীট আৰু পিছত লাষ্টলৈকে যিটো তেওঁ দিছিলে খুব ভাল হৈছিলে। আৰু মই হয়তো পূজাক কৈছিলোঁ আপুনি ৰাইটছ অফ এৰেষ্টেড পাৰ্চন এটা আনচাৰ লিখিছিলে, বেষ্ট আনচাৰ হৈছিলে। মই মানে হাইলি ইম্প্ৰেছ হৈছিলোঁ, ইমান ধুনীয়াকৈ তেওঁ গোটেই ছেকশ্যনছবিলাক, কনষ্টিটিউশ্যনৰ ছেকশ্যন তাত ইণ্টাৰৰিলেট আৰ্টিকেল ইণ্টাৰৰিলেট কৰিছে, তেওঁ ৰিলেট কৰিছে, বা খুব ধুনীয়াকৈ তেওঁ সেই বস্তুক মানে আনচাৰখিনি লিখিছে। গ্ৰেজুৱেলি ডে বাই ডে বহুত ইম্প্ৰুভ কৰিছিলে, আৰু সেইকাৰণে হয়তো মোৰ ফেইথ আছিলে। মই অলৱেজ পূজাক কৈছিলোঁ আপুনি টপ কৰিব, ড'ণ্ট ন'ছে সেই, আৰু তেওঁ আল্টিমেটলি সেইটো কৰি তেওঁ দেখুৱালে। চ' এক্সট্ৰিমলি প্ৰাউড অফ ইউ এণ্ড এক্সট্ৰিমলি হেপী ফৰ ইউ।
Before we end this video, I would like to thank ma'am personally for being a part of my journey, because without you, this would not have been possible. Since the prelims, you have been with me. I have troubled you multiple times asking questions, but the humility you had, the patience you had to answer those questions even at the middle of the night, that was commendable. And that deep understanding you have for law, that inspired me to study more. And throughout the journey you kept motivating me, saying that to me, to me topper hoga, and I couldn't believe it at that moment. But thank you so much for having that faith in me and motivating me even in a personal level. And I would advise all the judicial aspirants that please do take her mocks seriously. The level of questions, the quality of questions, the way she sets the paper, and you will even see that it will be reflected in your mains question paper as well as your prelims. So I would suggest everyone that do take the mocks, and do not shy away from asking questions to her. First do your own legal research, and then if you cannot find, do ask her, because the way she gives you the feedback as well as the way she clears your question, clears your doubts, is it's really good. So thank you ma'am.
And thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. মই ভাবোঁ যে আমাৰ যিবিলাক ফিউচাৰ এস্পিৰেণ্ট তেওঁলোকে এই সেশনটোৰ পৰা তেওঁলোকে ডেফিনেটলি বহুতখিনি হেল্প হৈছে বহুতখিনি জানিব বিচাৰিছিল আৰু আপোনালোকে কৈ আছিলে যে মেম প্লিজ আমি অকমান শুনিব বিচাৰো জানিব বিচাৰো সো তেওঁলোক আপোনাক বহুত ভাল এডভাইস কিছুমান দিলে সো তেওঁ কি ভুল কৰিছিলে হেতু আপোনালোকে যাতে ৰিপিট নকৰে তেওঁ অলৰেডি ক'লে গতিকে সেইখিনি ওপৰত আপোনালোকে ভালকে ওয়াৰ্ক কৰিব আনসাৰ ৰাইটিং প্ৰেক্টিস কৰিব বা অসমীয়াৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত মই বহুত ষ্টুডেন্টৰ পাই আছো অসমীয়াৰ কাৰণে তেওঁলোক মানে ভাল ইভেন মোৰ কিছুমান আছে ইমান ধুনীয়া আনসাৰ ৰাইটিং কৰে কিন্তু তেওঁলোক অসমীয়াত কোৱালিফাই হ'ব নোৱাৰে ইভেন 0.5 0.1 ৰ কাৰণে সো অকমান ৰাইটিং প্ৰেক্টিসটো আপোনালোকে কৰিব আৰু যিখিনি বুক সাজেষ্ট কৰিলে তেওঁ যিখিনি ইনফৰমেশন আপোনালোকক দিলে কেনেকে কাৰেন্ট এফেয়াৰ্সৰ কাৰণে তো সেইখিনি প্লিজ কাইন্ডলি তেওঁৰ এডভাইস কিনে আপোনালোকে ফলো কৰিব ডেফিনেটলি আপোনালোকৰ ৰিজাল্ট ভাল হ'ব লিষ্টত আপোনালোকৰ মই নাম দেখিবলৈ পাম Thank you so much Puja for giving us your valuable time and all the best for your bright future
Thank you, ma'am, and Happy New Year.
Same to you